Hi, it's me, Hela, again. So, because I'm really lazy at making these videos, I often do two or even more at a time, and then upload them sometimes at the same time or at different times. But I was making a video before about Mental Health Awareness Week and Mental Health Awareness Day, and since I'm here, making a video and stuff, I actually um, kind of things have been going on this past week, and so basically, the big point is that my dad has moved out of the house for now, anyway. And I know I don't remember exactly how much I've told you about, my childhood and my home situation and, my parents and my dad and anyway, but it's been, since I can remember, it's been very difficult and confusing at home. My parents fought a lot. My dad started drinking a lot. And I don't know, I've always felt like my dad wasn't really interested in spending time with the family or me, and I've just felt kind of ignored by him. And um, I don't know, my dad has a lot of issues, and he is, doesn't really talk about his feelings, doesn't really talk about, what he's feeling and stuff like that. And I don't really feel comfortable talking to him about what I'm feeling either. And just, I don't know, I've just never really had a good relationship with my dad. And I've just kind of always felt like he just didn't love me. And he just, didn't really want to have anything to do with me. But anyway, things have been really hard around here. It's Friday now, and it was Sunday when he left. He packed some of his stuff, and he actually had gotten an apartment like some time ago. So it was like he was planning on leaving anyway, but something happened on Saturday night, between him and my mom that made him just leave. And he was, he has a big problem with alcohol, and I think he's still in denial. He hasn't, really done anything. He's just used to drinking. He isn't really doing anything about it. And, and on top of everything else, that just, that isn't making anything better. All the drinking, and, I hate being around him when he's been drinking. I hate being around just anyone who's, with alcohol and stuff. But it's weird. And because right after he left on Sunday, and, it was just me and my mom was a wreck, and she has told him, like, just to get out so many times. But she, of course, she loves him in spite of everything. And they've been together for 30 years. And I know that their relationship didn't start out this way. Like, before I was born, things, were actually good between them. Even though they had their hard times, of course. But, um, so my mom was really missing him and wasn't sure if, she really wanted him to leave. while I was actually relieved that he was gone, and I didn't really care, I didn't really miss him at all, I was just glad that he was gone. But I felt guilty for feeling that way, and I felt like there was something wrong with me because, he, in spite of everything, he's still my dad. He's my dad, and I love him, and I know that deep down he loves me, even though he doesn't really show it. And the only times that he's told me he loves me is when he's, under the influence. And I know he means it, but I just wish he could tell me when he's sober, how he feels. So I was very conflicted and I was very confused because, I was kind of happy that he was gone. I didn't really care. I didn't really feel anything. But I felt guilty for feeling that way because I know it wasn't really normal. Like, I mean, he's my dad and he just left, me and my mom, and I'm kind of happy about it. It doesn't make any sense, but but then on Monday night, or Thursday, no, Tuesday morning or whatever, I kind of had this breakdown, and my mom just ended up having to comfort me, and because then I realized that I don't know what happened, just all of a sudden I just felt so much sadness in my heart. It was like, and there was so much pain, like, and I felt a lot of pain before, but I have never in my life felt this much pain at once. I literally felt like my heart was being ripped out. I don't know, it's hard to explain, but all of a sudden, I just felt all of this pain. And I realized that, you know, I wasn't really happy about it. I did care. Deep down, I did care, and I didn't really want him to go. I mean, I don't want things to be the way they were, obviously, the way they have been since, I can remember. I don't want that, but I don't know why. I just didn't want to admit that it affected me in any way. And I think I was just kind of in denial and just trying to avoid it. And I was just, also trying to be there for my mom because she has just been having a really hard time. And I don't know. And I've been trying to stay strong for her because I know that she needs me and she has always been there for me. There have been so many times where I have been, in one of those states where I feel so hopeless and so depressed and like blah, and she is always there, always encouraging me and telling me that, I'm strong and I can do this, and sometimes I think that I take her for granted. Um so I just wanted to be there for her, and I've never seen her like that before. Like, I've seen my mom in a lot of states, but never in a state like this. I just and I felt so helpless because you try to say something, but you never really know what to say, and you feel like you can't do anything to help that person. Um, but anyway, and she actually had to end up comforting me then, and where I just realized that I started thinking about, like, I even thought about before, if he would die, I wouldn't care. Like, I don't care if I never see him again. And I didn't say that out loud, but I was thinking it. And I just felt so guilty for thinking that way because then I started thinking, like, what if he would have actually died? Like, I mean, I know he's gonna die sometime, obviously, and, probably before me. Um, but what if he just would die, like, in the next few days? And the last thought of him would be me wishing I'd never see him again, and just wishing him to die, and I just felt guilty. And I also thought about, because I because Demi had a similar relationship with her biological father who actually died last year, and I started thinking about like her and Patrick, and like all the things that she must have regretted, and she must have felt so guilty. Like, what if I would have just contacted him sooner? What if I just, what if, and I don't know. I mean, it's not the same situation, obviously, but like, I started thinking about that, and I don't know, I wish I could talk to Demi. And I just, and then, but then I was just really concerned about mom, and actually didn't find out until later that day. It was like the day after, Wednesday. Um, it was in the morning when I was still asleep, and she was in a really dark place, and she, had some pills, and she was ready to take them, and then my dad came and stopped her, and you know, I don't know. She said that she didn't know if she would have actually gone through with it, but I don't know. And the thought of just, what if I, would have woken up and come downstairs and found my mom, just, I can't even think about it, because then I know that my mom isn't gonna live forever, but I just, right now, like, if I would lose my mom, like, I don't know how I would do it. Like, I literally do not know if I could survive that, if I would lose my mom. Because she's my rock. She's like the one who's always there for me. And I don't know how I would survive that. I don't. So I just got really scared, and I was just afraid to leave her sight. And I was just so worried about her. But actually today, she's feeling a little better. She's definitely feeling a lot better than she was, just 2 days ago. And I'm feeling a little better too, but obviously things are still, and I don't know, like, we don't know what's gonna happen. Dad has moved out for now. He's in this apartment, little like apartment thingy. He's, taking most of his stuff, or some of his stuff, and blah blah blah. But I don't know what's gonna happen, and I don't know what I want to happen. Like, I do know that I don't want things to go back to the way they were, because the way things were just sucked, and it was not making anything easier for me with all my problems. But of course, I don't know. I just think that no matter if mom and dad get back together, if they, are together or separate, I just want them both to be happy. And I want them both to get the help that they need. My mom obviously has a lot of issues, and my dad, with his drinking and his other issues, like about not being able to talk about his feelings and just get in touch with his emotions like that, and just bond like that with other people, not even, you know, his closest family, his wife and his kids. Like, that's not normal. And they just both have like a lot of stuff that they have to deal with. And so I don't know. I just think that above anything else, I just want them both to be as happy as they can be, whether they will be together or not. If they're together and they're able to be happy and work through their issues, which Honestly, I don't really see happening, but if that happens, I mean, it would be amazing. But, I don't know if that could ever happen. And right now, I don't think it would be the best thing for them to be together. At least not while they're working through their stuff. So, I don't know. Anyway, this video has gone really long. And anyway, there's just been so much going on this past week and just so many emotions, just like all this pain and all this confusion, and just, I needed to get this out. And things are still not okay. Things are still confusing, and I don't know what's gonna happen, but I don't know. I've been praying a lot, and I've just been, I just have faith that everything is gonna be fine. I guess I have to. So anyway, I'm gonna go now and let you be. So thanks for listening, and stay strong. I love you.